Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be checking out how King Groot performs against Domino in Boss Rush. Now there I was just quickly checking if I'm actually recording, but yeah, with all that's happening lately I just figured it's about time we make some fun and quirky video. And why not check out what King Groot can do against this Domino? So as we all know, there are quite few people complaining about this Domino, that regeneration is quite insane. And obviously the more popular answers are Captain America Infinity War, Archangel or Void. However, there are plenty of other champions, plethora of other champions that can actually deal with this Domino, and King Groot just so happened to be one of these guys. So base idea why this fight is hard, because the Domino is unduped and she doesn't have anything like too bad on her in particular. But the main reason why the fight is difficult is obviously the regeneration, because the regeneration is very aggressive and very powerful and potent. And we have a mastery called Despair Mastery that can mess with opponent's regeneration based on the number of debuffs they have active on them. And so I have Despair maxed in this video, so it means every new debuff will reduce Domino's regeneration by 15%. And so King Groot has an ability to place permanent armor breaks on opponent so long as I have an active fury buff when I am throwing my level 1. Now, Domino being Domino, obviously it's not the easiest opponent to fight against, and there was one kind of common issue I have been seeing lately. It's increasingly difficult to kind of parry opponents, but that might be just my mistake and my sloppy gameplay. But anyway, so we ate a full combo there, so we are stuck on 20% there, and this is going to have to be a fairly clutch fight the rest of the way, because she's still at 100%, I'm only at 17%, and it definitely isn't looking good for me. Right, but back to the game plan. So we have Despair Mastery that reduces opponent's heal for 15% per debuff, and if we stack enough debuffs on Domino, we should be able to completely cancel out her healing abilities. So game plan here for initial part of the fight is fairly simple. We just want to drop our level 1s, and because it's Domino, in addition to making sure that we have an active fury buff, I also want to make sure that I am not unlucky. And even though sometimes my level 1 armor breaks will still fail just because of Domino's ability accuracy reduction, so it can be quite frustrating to build up your armor breaks, because it does involve a fair bit of timing and kind of like marking things in the right time, in the right order, but it is, at least for me, definitely is fun, kind of, because it's not flat out straightforward easy fight. I need to keep check on her power bar. I need to see when she is approaching a full bar of power, because she is going to have a chance to go lucky and make me unlucky, so on and so forth. So there's quite a bit like you kind of need to be worried about in this fight, and at the same time you slowly but surely want to build towards your goal to get at least 7, I believe, armor breaks on opponent, because once you get to 7, then basically they will have no healing whatsoever. So once again, now we already have spent a few minutes in this fight, so it's definitely not the most practical, fast or easy way to deal with this Domino, especially when there are champions like Archangel or Captain America Infinity War who can deal with her just so much quicker. However, this still works. It will work. The main thing we need to make sure of is that we do not eat another combo, because our health bar is fairly low. We're at 28%, so we do need to play careful. I can't take too many blocked hits. I can't definitely eat another combo or kind of like have a special attack to my face. But at this point we have 4 armor breaks. As we can see, we slowly but surely can start making small dents into this Domino. So her healing has been reduced from 1000 something per tick to 265 and 423, sorry, with 4 debuffs. 265 is when I had my parry stun on, so that is where next debuff is gonna get us to 265, and that is already a lot more manageable heal. At this point, as we can see, she's healing 265. That is not that bad, but we're not done yet. We need a couple more debuffs to completely negate that heal. But as I mentioned before, we are starting to make some chunks at her health, because her regeneration is nowhere near as aggressive as it was in the beginning of this fight. And yeah, so we just need to carry carry on calmly. We can't make any slip-ups, can't make any mistakes. I don't want to get like cornered, because Domino sometimes just absolutely refuses to throw her special attacks, and that is quite tricky. But now we have 6 debuffs on her. Healing is only 106 per tick, and if I do land the parry, healing is already completely reversed, so that's a no. That 7th one is going to be enough to completely stop all healing she has going on for her. So we land the 7 debuff, and that's it. There is no more heal left in this fight. And now that we have finally gotten rid of the heal, we can actually focus on dealing the damage. So that means we're going to be starting to go to our level 2s. Ideally, I will want to time my level 2 when I have my Furies active, because that will help me increase my poison potency and poison damage. I think first one I will misuse though, and I will shoot it prematurely. However, as you can see here now, the Domino is getting chipped down quicker and quicker. She's at 70%, and now that I don't have any heal to worry about, it's going to be a much easier task to deal with this Domino. Obviously, it's still Domino, so it's not the easiest thing to do in the world. And once again, this is definitely not the easiest way how to approach this fight. There are many better options like Cap America, Infinity War, Void, Archangel, and multiple others. But I still enjoy this fight. I definitely find it interesting because you had to deal with all the fact that your armor breaks don't really kind of apply at times. You still need to be careful of a Wade, and King Groot is just one of those champions who don't typically use day-to-day basis, so it was a bit of a breath of fresh air, I suppose, to actually whip him out from the tool shed and check out whether he can deal with this fight, because yeah, his debuffs and permanent armor breaks is actually fairly valuable resource for summoners to use. Obviously, King Groot's biggest issue is his damage output. However, occasionally you can still kind of like close your eyes to that and just have a bit of fun with the character. But here we can see that we have managed to chip down Domino to 33%. The fight is going well for our King Groot. We did take a bit too much block damage though, so I do have to be careful with my health bar. Currently only at 14%, so I don't have much room for error. However, we have gotten Domino down now to 20%, so she's nearly there. She's nearly down. I just need to play super carefully for the last bit. I had 6 Furies on me, so I actually triggered that Incinerate buff, so we did manage to hit fairly hard for that 1 crit there. But yeah, so the fight is nearly over. I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons, and stay notified for any kind of upcoming interesting featured fights, because yeah, why not? Anyways guys, I'm gonna catch you guys soon, and see ya.